Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's 7 a.m. and I actually have time to make breakfast and to vlog, even though in the last vlog I was rushing out the car. Today is my first day working on the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, which is the other half of my job. So the last vlog was me working on postnates, and this vlog will be me working on the NICU. In my job today, I will be doing ward round with the consultant and looking after premature babies mostly, and also be going to any deliveries where the obstetric team are worried about the baby, worried about mum, or just worried and want the paediatric team there ready for when the baby comes out. So that's my day today. I'm just making some apple and cinnamon porridge. I've got my classic huge glass of water, which I always make sure I have before a long day because you never really know when you're going to get a chance to drink, so it's good to have a head start in the morning. And I'm gonna have a cup of tea and head to work. I always have half hot and half cold, so it's like nice to drink but not too hot. Here is the breakfast squad: apple and cinnamon porridge. I normally let it cook more, but I don't want to waste time. And then I've also got some peanut butter, a nice big glass of water, and some tea in my Mr. Happy mug with some cardamom, essential. I'm just on my way back from the lab. I went to a delivery, a baby was born, and then I put a cannula in it and started on antibiotics and then just took the blood to the lab. Can you believe that? I just put a cannula in a newborn baby. That is mad. It's 9 o'clock and I'm just finishing work. I was meant to finish at 8:30, but then at handover time we were called to an emergency C-section, so obviously that delayed everything. Today's been amazing. I've been to deliveries, I've done a lumbar puncture, I put a cannula in a baby that was only a couple of hours old. It's been really, really cool. I've learned so much. I had a really, really supportive registrar who taught me so much. She spent time going through things with me. And yeah, I'll tell you about it when I get home, but it was a really, really good day. Amazing, exhilarating, interesting, and rewarding. Oh my goodness, guys, I had the longest journey home. It's normally like a 25-minute drive, especially at this time, and then the road was closed, so I turned back and then the other road was closed, or like the access to that road was closed, and then another access to that road was closed, so it ended up taking me about an hour to get home, and it should have been a half-an-hour journey, and I haven't even had dinner yet, and it's 10 o'clock. Oh my goodness, I need to eat. I have this leftover delicious vegan pasta. It's got sun-dried tomatoes and mushrooms and like vegan cashew sauce, and it's so good. Right, my sweet chickens. That was weird. I don't know why I chose that adjective. Sweet chickens. Anyway, right guys, I'm gonna talk you through my day because it was crazy and it was amazing. And I kind of just want a record of this day because I really, really enjoyed it. So I started the day, we had handover, which is what we always have in the morning. From the night team, they hand over to the day team. It's Monday today, so it was a bit more of a thorough handover because we don't really know any of the babies on the unit, and they let us know a detailed history of all of the babies. And then whilst I'm working on NICU, I'm working in the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, but I'm also holding a Delivery Bleep. So if there are any emergency cesarean sections or any instrumental deliveries, so any delivery that needs a von-2s or a forceps, they will call the paediatric team to be at the delivery to make sure that the baby is okay when the baby is born. So we started ward round, and I was working with a new registrar who I hadn't worked with before, but she was amazing. She'd worked at my hospital before, and she talked me through everything. She talked me through what needs to be noted down on a ward round, because these babies, it's like a completely different ball game to when you're working on paediatrics. Working on neonates, you're looking a lot at their nutrition, at their temperature, different kind of indications for infection. It's very, very different to when you're working on paediatrics. So she was showing me the ropes and showing me exactly what I need to do and what I need to document. And then after I think 2 or 3 patients, I got a bleep from the obstetric team, and they said they were about to do an instrumental delivery for a baby that wasn't progressing as well as they'd wanted it to, so they needed to use an instrument like a forceps or a kiwi cup in order to help the baby out. So my registrar came with me because I've never really been to a delivery before on my own, and she showed me the ropes, she showed me exactly how I need to set up, and then the baby was born, which was amazing. I was literally like, I just can't get over this. I can't get over the fact that I'm in a room when a baby is born. So the baby was born and it was in really good condition. We dried the baby, we checked it over. I listened to the heart and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm the first person to ever listen to this baby's heart. That's very cool. And then, yeah, we were able to give baby back to the parents. And then a couple of hours later, I needed to cannulate that baby. So if any baby is born to a mum and there's concern that the baby might have an infection, we treat the baby as if it does have an infection, and we take blood cultures and bloods and then wait for the results. And if they're negative, we can stop antibiotics. But if there's any indication that there might be an infection, then we continue antibiotics. So I put a cannula in this baby and I took a blood culture, and I just felt so proud of myself because this is the youngest person I've ever cannulated. And as I keep saying in my videos, when I was in F1, I absolutely hated cannulas and I couldn't do them in adults. And now I'm cannulating babies that are 2 hours old. Like, that is just mad to me. But yeah, I was very, very proud of myself. And then carried on with the ward round, and my reg had already carried on whilst I was doing the cannula and things. And then we had a bit of a coffee break and just had a catch up with all of the patients and made sure we were okay with everything. And actually, my consultant accidentally drank my soya milk latte, so it was really cute. She went and brought me another one, which she didn't need to do. But yeah, she was like, oh, I didn't even realise it was vegan, so that's a good thing. So that was very nice. And then I had some lunch. I'm trying to remember my day. It's all a bit of a blur. And then we had some bits and bobs we needed to do on the ward, like chasing up things, doing some more blood tests. And then later on in the day, a baby needed a lumbar puncture as part of a septic screen. So I said I would try, and my registrar was literally right there watching and guiding me through. This is the 5th lumbar puncture I've ever tried in a newborn baby, and I was successful. And I think this was the 3rd one I've been successful in. So my success rate's gone from 50% to 60%, and I was really happy with that as well. Yeah, and then we carry on with the evening. We had lots of bits and bobs to do. I got called to another delivery at handover, and this was an emergency cesarean section. So one of my colleagues came with me, and she mainly led resuscitating the baby and making sure the baby was okay, and I kind of just watched and was absorbing as much information as possible. And then my registrar came and gave us a hand as well. And yeah, again, just amazing that we see a baby be born and we are literally making sure it's okay. And yeah, I just can't go over it. And I also really can't wait till I'm confident enough to be going to these deliveries on my own, which will come with time. Because yeah, I just think that's like, when I see my colleague who is able to just keep a really cool manner and is like, and knows that she's doing the right thing, I find that really inspiring, and I just can't wait till I'm at that level as well. Yeah. There was definitely more that happened today. Well, there was, but I obviously can't talk about everything because it will breach patient confidentiality. And it was also really nice because we had like a quiet half an hour or so in the afternoon. So my registrar took me to the resuscitator and was actually like, okay, what are you going to do? She got a doll. She got a doll baby, and was like, okay, pretend this baby's this, and this is what the heart rate is, and this is what the APGAR score is. What would you do? How would you do? Okay, now what would you move on to next in the algorithm? And that was really nice because it was really good to just practice it practically rather than talk through the theory, but to actually have my hands and use the machine and exactly work out what I'm doing. So yeah, it was a crazy day, but I was just buzzing when it finished. I was just like, wow, so I did so much, I learned so much. I feel like a sponge right now, and I'm just absorbing and learning as much as I can and making the most of every opportunity. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I didn't think I would enjoy neonates this much. I know it's only my first day working on the neonatal unit, but I'm really enjoying it. So that's what I did today. I'm going to bring you guys along my day tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow morning. Good night. I'm just going to sleep, and I remembered I've got my 2nd dose of my COVID vaccine tomorrow, so you can come along to that as well. Also, I watched back that clip that I just took, and I know I look very tired, but that's because I am. Like, it's 11 now, and I've been awake since 6, and it's been a busy day. So if anyone decides to comment that I look tired, you're right. Good morning. I'm tired. Wow, it's 6:30. Start of another day. Today has been busy. I've been to 3 deliveries, 2 sets of twins. It's been amazing. And I'm going to get my COVID vaccine. Woohoo! This is my 2nd dose. I had the Pfizer vaccine. I had dose 1 in January, felt a bit unwell afterwards, and now I'm about to have dose 2. We'll see how I go. I am vaccinated. It's funny because I kept this piece of paper safe for so long, thinking I need it for my round 2, and today I forgot it. It was getting in my way for ages. I kept finding it everywhere, and I was like, oh, don't need this yet. And then I forgot it today, but that's fine. I just need my NHS number. Also, they were weirdly giving loads of jellies And these are vegan and I love them, so I got a jelly as well. I definitely didn't need a plaster, but I got one. We have teaching for the SHOs every week, so I've just logged on to that and I've given my bleep to my reg so that if there's any deliveries, she can go, which is really good because it's like protected teaching time.
About breastfeeding, bottom feeding, tube feeding.
It's home time. I don't even know how busy this vlog is. I feel like it's all over the place, but you know, I'm at work today and I've just been doing little clips in my breaks. I'm gonna go home now and eat and sleep. I'm very tired. When I went to get changed, I couldn't find my clothes and I thought someone had like thrown them away or something. I realised after about 5 minutes of panicking that I'd looked in the wrong locker. I've come home to a surprise. I do know what it is, but I'm going to show you. Wow, look at that. Isn't that so nice? Aren't they so lovely? Very beautiful. This bouquet is literally bigger than my head. This is my head, this is the bouquet. It's huge, it's so beautiful. Right, so I think now it's time for what basically has become my daily debrief of my day, because obviously I'm so busy at work, I can't really chat to you properly, so it's just easier to sit down and talk now after I finished work. Today was amazing as well, did lots of really cool stuff. I saw 6 babies being born, which was insane. I still can't get over it. And did some more procedures and bloods and tried an LP. So I'm just gonna talk you through some of the things I saw today, whilst of course maintaining patient confidentiality. I'm just gonna tell you very vaguely about the sorts of things I saw. So I saw 2 sets of twins being born today, which was amazing, both by cesarean section. We were in theatre with the first pair, and then once we'd finished with them, we were called to go to another theatre for the other pair. One of the babies was actually born on col, which I'd not heard of before. I'd heard of the theory, but I'd not heard of the term itself, but it basically means when the baby's born in the amniotic sac. It's really rare. It happens 1 in 80,000 births, according to Google. But my colleagues have said that as a person that goes to deliveries quite a lot, you do end up seeing quite a few now and then. So yeah, the baby's born in the amniotic sac and the obstetrician breaks that with their hands rather than how a baby is normally born where the waters break naturally, which was amazing. And then I also gave my first ever inflation breaths today. So part of the neonatal life support algorithm means you dry the baby first of all and stimulate them when they're born if they're not crying or they're not as active as you'd like them to be. And normally drying them and stimulating them and rubbing them really does bring them round. But if that doesn't work, or if they're not breathing well, if their heart rate's low, then you need to give something called inflation breaths, and that's the next step of the NLS algorithm. So inflation breaths is where you put a mask on the baby and you give it some high pressure oxygen into the lungs, and that just really helps to clear out the lungs, push out any fluid that might be in the lungs, and help stimulate the baby again. So I had a baby that wasn't in the best condition, and then I stimulated and dried the baby and it still wasn't picking up, so then I gave inflation breath. Like, I've practiced this so many times. I'd literally done it in my sim session in the morning. I've talked through it so many times, but this time I did it on my own and I was so proud of myself, and the baby picked up and they were completely fine, and I was just like, wow, I just did my first ever neonatal resuscitation, which was amazing. And I went to a few other deliveries. I was also on the neonatal unit and doing bits and bobs for the babies on the neonatal intensive care unit. Blood tests, chasing results, doing baby checks on the babies on the unit, things like that. And then I also did another lumbar puncture today. So yesterday I told you about a lumbar puncture I did and I was successful. Today I did a lumbar puncture and I wasn't successful, but that is completely fine. It was still really good practice. I learned a lot from doing it, and I just feel more confident with what I'm doing, the flow of it. I think I'm getting it into my muscle memory, which is really important with these procedures, just really practicing it. And like I always say, taking every opportunity you can to do it so that you can practice it and get better at even knowing exactly what you're doing. Whether or not you're successful is another point, but practicing it and doing it itself is something that you can also really, really learn from. Today was a really good day. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed today and yesterday. It was my first days working on the neonatal intensive care unit and my first days going to deliveries. It was very, very cool. I also got my COVID jab, so we'll see how I go with that. The first time I got my jab, as I said, I was quite unwell, and I think I'm probably going to be unwell with this, but we'll see how I go. My arm's a little bit achy, but other than that, I feel fine. So yeah, we'll see how I am tonight. I think I'm going to end this vlog here though, guys. I'm just going to have a really chilled evening, have some dinner, watch some TV and just unwind. I'm working again tomorrow, but just on a short day. I hope you enjoyed coming along on my first couple of days on the neonatal intensive care unit. If you enjoyed this, you might also enjoy watching my night shift vlog or my day in the life of a paediatric doctor vlog. I will see you in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!